Folks up.
I'm hungry.
Me too.
It's Taco Tuesday in my house.
Taco Tuesday. Hey, everybody on Facebook on this great day on February 9th. As you can tell, we are hungry. It's because it's Taco Tuesday. And everyone knows, all the saints know that on Tuesday you're supposed to eat tacos. It's biblical. It's right there in the Bible somewhere.
Crazy.
Find it. But anyway, anyway, thank you for joining on our singles edition, single save and sex. We're going to talk about that. We got some things that we talk about need to address on this wonderful mush month. That's what elders told us. This is mush month. So
Mush.
yeah. So all the lovebirds out there who's about to celebrate Valentine's Day on the 14th, congratulations. That's all I can say. Congratulations. I'm praying for you. I'm talking about myself. All right. Anyway, I'm glad that everyone is on here. We are about to go live. We got some things that we want to talk about on today. We got the cast back. We just waiting on one more person. They're gonna join in later. We got a lot of things to talk about. First, I want to do this. I want to check on everybody because you remember last time the fellas went first. Am I right, Elder? We went first, right?
We went first.
This time the ladies going first.
Yes.
Because it's mush month. That's why. All right.
Mush.
Yeah, right. So it's all up to them. But before we do all that, go into the conversation, I need to just check on everybody. Make sure everybody's good. Elder, how you been doing? Everything been going all right?
Good, man. No complaints. Off work, a little hungry, but we're going to get past that. But overall, I'm good, man. How about you?
All is well. All is well. All is well. All is well.
I'm just excited about this lighting we got going on. Down there. God's been good. This lighting.
Right.
It's true. Come on, y'all. Y'all better come through with this lighting.
Yeah, look at the lighting.
Big baby Jesus. Darrell, don't start.
Huh?
I mean, Elder.
Wow. It's going to be one of those. I see it now. It's about to be one of those.
I can say that because that's my brother.
Yeah. It's about to be good. All right, let's get to the evangelist. Evangelist Jackie, how are you doing?
The evangelist is wonderful.
How's Jackie doing? All right.
Jackie is wonderful. Like, this is honestly the best I've ever been in a long time.
Oh, that's good to hear. Look at God.
Yes. I have no complaints. God has been so good in spite of the ups and downs. I've learned how to have peace in the midst of the storms and all of that. I've just learned a lot during this pandemic. It's been awesome.
Oh man, what a wonderful time. Good. Yeah. Wonderful time, God, in this season. Getting closer to Him, developing a more pure worship. Mm-hmm. You got the organ, you don't got the drums, you don't got no one pushing you. It's just you and your household.
It's you and God. It's an intimate, real relationship. Discipline. Learning more about who you are, what you like, what you don't like. Just actually, this has been a season of me and God, just shedding off things, discovering new things about myself, disciplining myself in certain areas. And I actually like the space I'm in. It's actually happy. I'm in a happy place.
Man, I'm so happy for you. I'm happy for a lot of us because a lot of us been learning about ourselves, learning about where we stand with God, learning about our relationship with others, how we need to work on those, and how to spend more time with ourselves and examine ourselves and dealing with things we have not dealt with in a long time. and I'm glad for this season of just learning and relearning other people and learning myself all over again. So let's go to the last person. I really don't want to say her name, but the last person, she know who she is. She said her hair is blonde. I looked, I met with her. I don't see the
I
blonde.
didn't say it was blonde. I said it had hints of blonde in it.
What
That's
does
what I said.
that mean? What does that mean? A hints of blonde. What does that mean?
Jesus.
I got a hints of gray hair in my hair. That's what you said.
Exactly, just like that.
One string.
Blue,
For one
it's
string?
brown, black, and blonde.
Oh my God.
Y'all forever picking on me.
I'm not picking on you. I was just asking. These are the real questions I asked. When someone said that the hair is got a hint of blonde, but it's burgundy in it and black.
There's no burgundy in my hair, though.
D, what color did she say? What color did she say?
I did not say burgundy. I said brown. He said burgundy.
This is brotherly, sisterly love. I love it.
This is crazy.
It's not crazy. We have questions. I was just asking.
I said I'm going with whatever you told us, so I wasn't even gonna argue with it. Just
I'm gonna argue because I don't want her to lie.
You know? I'll see you tomorrow. How about that?
Lying is clean. I don't want you to go to hell for that. You know, just lying.
Anyways.
Okay. You know, pray for her. Anyway, pray for her. Anyway, this is the cast. We got one more guest who's going to be popping up, Pastor Isaiah Pettway. He's going to be coming in soon. He had a prior engagement that he had to deal with. As soon as he come in, we're going to go ahead and you have the full cast at your leisure. So guess what? Since like we said that the man went last, the woman going first this time. Okay, so with this Valentine's Day coming up, this whole Valentine's Day and everything, and you're single and everything. So my question is to you. What is the right approach to come towards you to ask you to be your Valentine? If there any other guy out there, what's the right approach? Is it an old school way? You know, do they can write you a note, say, do you like me? Yes or no? That's before everybody's time, before people was writing. Or can they inbox you, hit you in the DM? I advise you not to do that, but that ain't the point. What method or approach that you prefer a man to approach you about being your Valentine?
You can go first, sissy.
Any lady. Just
ask. I mean, just ask. Just be simple. I'm simplistic. I'm simple. I'm a simple lady. Just ask. I can either say yes or I can just either say no, thank you. But if you come in a false, fake way, I don't know it. And that's a turn on.
Okay. All right. Ebony?
Same. Just ask. Like
Wait
she
a minute.
said.
Did he call you ugly?
He probably did, but I mean,
burgundy. That's what I call her. Burgundy. I didn't call her ugly.
Whatever. I mean, it's the same for me. You can just be direct. Some people, that's so crazy. I think a lot of people have a problem with rejection, so they probably won't just come out and ask you. But whatever way you feel comfortable, just don't come up with no cheesy stuff because I might laugh at you. But being direct always works.
What's cheesy stuff? You got an example?
Yeah, well, what is cheesy?
What's considered cheesy to you?
I don't know.
You
coming up with a rhyme. I don't know. Violets are red. I mean, roses are red, violets are blue. Some stuff like that. I probably laugh like what? But I don't know. Just something corny like that. Don't do that because I'll laugh and you might take it the wrong way. Just don't do that. But just ask. Most people don't have my number, so you can slide in my DM. I'll probably look at it later. If it's not a name I want to answer, I'll look at it though. But you can ask me, DM me, message me, Instagram me, Because you ain't got no other way to ask me.
I'm trying to figure out what's a corny way. She ain't really say.
I don't know, coming up with some corny line. Don't come with the lines. Just be you. Be you. Don't do lines.
Okay.
All right.
So have any guys approach you this mush mutt? Anyone, any gifts? Are you expecting any gifts?
From my children. Because they already told me that they getting me something. Other than that, no.
So if you get a gift or a dozen of roses or something like that, you'd be surprised.
I'd be surprised. But honestly, if I get roses, it's probably gonna be from one of the girls' boyfriends. I was asked to be somebody's Valentine's, and I respectfully declined.
What's respect? Well, I mean, what's that like? They're saying no. What is that?
I mean, pretty much they asked, and I just kind of. They asked, and I said, "Oh, that's sweet, but no, thank you."
Oh man, I know that hurt it.
It was the truth. I don't know how. What else to? I don't know how to. I just said no, thank you. I put the pink hearts and stuff next to it.
Hey, Jake, what'd you say? I'm extra. I was just saying, I feel bad for the man. Like, man, you shot your best.
I'm up here trying to hold my laugh in. He is hilarious.
I'm just asking questions. I'm like, I just want.
I don't know. I put my famous 2 pink hearts behind it.
Wow.
To make it sound.
This was in the text.
Yeah, they don't. I mean, it was Messenger.
Wow. And you got
they didn't have my number to call me and ask me. But then they never asked for it either. But I respectfully declined.
Wow. And you got
they didn't have my number to call.
Okay. I got other questions, but I ain't gonna go there because I don't feel like being petty today. Okay. I'm not gonna be petty. I'm gonna keep my pettiness to a low level. Okay. So D, she talked about how she declined fellas, how she declined this one gentleman. How do you approach a woman that you have interest in and you want to be a Valentine?
Direct, creative. Can't go wrong with that.
Creative. Okay. So you remember she said you can't be corny. So what's creative? What's your creative?
Depends on I guess the context of the connection. If it's somebody I really don't know, if I'm just, everything's social media now because of pandemic and Corona. Messenger has been the go-to for contact. So if it's somebody I have an interest in, yeah, I may do that. I'm careful on social media as it relates to interacting with women, period, just for the fact that I'm single. So yes. I'm very careful on how I interact with women, period, because of screenshots and just put myself in a situation that I may not necessarily want to be in. So yeah, if it's somebody I really have an interest in, it probably be direct. Maybe Messenger, maybe, a couple of extra smiley faces. I don't know. Just something direct. This is post-pandemic, so.
Brandy said, roses are red, violets are blue. Be my Valentine because I like you.
Is that corny? Sound like it to me.
I laughed at it. She just put it in the comments of our live.
Oh yeah. Sound corny to me. I like it. What's wrong with it? No, can't use it.
I'm just over here cracking up at these comments.
Right. Courtney said, send a rent receipt and you my Valentine.
What? Mama Ma said, wise you are.
Wiser you are. See, let me ask you this, because I got a question. Why do you believe, to the ladies, why do you believe it's so hard for a man to approach you?
I don't believe
I don't believe it's hard to be approached either. I was told that I'm unapproachable. I don't see how I'm unapproachable because I'm the silliest person ever. But I am learning that if I'm not smiling, I look mean. So I'm working on smiling for no reason. But if you know me, then you know that I'm not mean. I don't see how I'm unapproachable. But that's been an issue, apparently. There's been a couple of people that told me that they wanted to approach me. They finally got me laughing or something, or we in a space. Or recently we were at a church for a revival or whatever, and they said, "Oh my God, I see you smiling. You know, I've been wanting to say something to you, but you're so unapproachable. You look like you'll just shoot me down, and I don't want to be shot down." And I don't see how I'm unapproachable, but I get it.
Jackie, have you got that label too, unapproachable?
No, I'm bubbly. I'm always laughing and smiling. I'm friendly. So sometimes some guys they take it as I'm flirting, but I'm actually just being nice. And then when they do say something, I'll just, no, thank you. But I'll still be friends with you and laugh and joke. But if I like you, I'll let you know. If I don't, I'll let you know. I'm like really just straight.
Straight, you simplest.
Yeah.
You
Straight to the point. I'm 40. I don't have time to waste.
Oh,
I know that's right, JoJo.
My time is valuable. Like,
so is this
seriously.
the day for everybody to come for me? Like they even coming for me in the comments. I don't understand this.
I don't know. I'm trying to understand. No, because I feel like this. I feel like I know a lot of guys who says to me and be like, I don't approach unless I know for sure I can get it.
So for fear of rejection, is that what it is?
I believe so. I mean, that's how I could take it. Like, yeah, I believe so. I believe because it's the pride thing. So I approach
Absolutely.
I approach you and I finally say, honestly, that, hey, I really like you and want to take you out. But then at the same time, you be like, you hit me with that sign line, like, oh, that is so nice. But I can't do that. That's your favorite line, Tia. That's what you just said, right? What was it?
I just said no, thank you.
So you like, oh, you didn't say, oh.
Yeah, you don't have to be mean about it.
I did. Well,
like,
I do. I said, oh. I said, oh, I don't remember what.
That's sweet.
Oh,
That's
okay.
Sweet. Yeah.
I'm
I think that's like across the board with all women. I got hit with that one time before. It's been a long time ago, but she hit me with like, oh, It's like,
Darrell, I can't.
He said it was a long time ago.
A long time ago, right?
Hey, he made that clear. That was a long time ago. That was like,
and you don't have no problems no more.
I
didn't say that. I didn't say that. I just wanted to point out the fact that I got hit with the all, and I was just like blown away. Like, so you gonna hit me with the all before you say no? You can just go ahead and say no. I can just go about my business. But yeah, I think that's like across the board with women. And the all. That's their way of softening you up for they know.
Yeah, before you get hit in the jaw. Yeah, right before you get hit in the jaw. Oh, but I got hit with
Jojo, you do that too?
Yeah. Yes.
See?
A lot.
Okay. Aww.
I'm like, you know what? You saw mine said, I'm giving it away. It might be somebody watching. Let me shut up.
Uh-oh.
Because my thing is I'll hit you with, oh, bless you.
Yep.
Or I just double tap the comment, heart the
Bless
comment,
you.
and don't say nothing at all.
Or I'll say, you know what? Thank you. I'm flattered, but not at this time.
Wow.
I mean, how can you? I mean, that's not mean. That's actually just I would rather for someone to tell me the truth than to lead me on to think that there's something. And I'm like this. I know if I like a guy right there. As soon as you open your mouth, I'm a no. And if not, I'm like, may the Lord watch between me and thee.
But something else I learned though in this through the pandemic and all the social media reaching out stuff is that I'm learning that people are different on social media than when you have an actual conversation with them. So I've even gone a little bit further than just the whole social media interaction. But I still, I'm good because I pay too much attention. I listen to what you say. I pay too much attention probably. So I pay attention to those things. And that's one of the reasons why I had to tell the gentleman, no, thank you for being this Valentine, because we're not on the same thing. All you want to do is smash. You want to smash first and then tell me whether or not you want to be in a relationship. I'm not cut like that. You know what I'm saying?
Exactly.
And I pay attention because I listen to the things that you joke about. I listen to what you say. I listen to what you think is funny. I see your conversations that you have on Facebook or the things that you may post, and even in your close friends, stuff that you post in your story on Instagram. Like, I pay attention to all of that, and I'm not for it. So no,
girl, who is he? He might be the same person in my inbox.
Maybe.
We're gonna talk about this after the show. No.
Lord, D.
I pay too much attention. I pay too much attention.
So pretty much y'all do y'all recon work before.
Absolutely. I mean, it's visible.
Oh yeah.
Yeah, absolutely.
I'm looking at your page. And
how thorough?
Everything.
I want to know. Hold on. How thorough of recon work you do? Do you go on all pages? Because some people got like 4 or 5 pages. They got the Instagram. They got their Snapchat. They got their LinkedIn. They got all these different types of pages. So which one? I mean, how thorough of research do you do before even engaging into a conversation like that?
You have to.
No, I might not look at pages.
Especially if I don't know you.
Yeah, I'm gonna look at your page though.
Yeah. If you like totally brand new, I've never seen you anywhere. I'm looking. I'm looking to see you first. Like, prime example, the other day, I had a guy, we had 7 friends, mutual friends, right? So I let him on my page, ministry. So I try to keep it open. And he straight in my inbox. God bless you, woman of God. Second time he was in the inbox, he want to prophesy. Sir, stop. The third inbox, he asked me for $26. No, this is not what that is. And then come to find out, I wasn't the only person in the inbox that he was in, because somebody else actually blasted him. And I'm like, that was the same guy. So now it's like, when guys ask me for a request, I'm looking like, okay, did I preach at this person's church? Or because I just don't have time for all that. You know? Yeah. So yeah, I'm gonna look. If I don't know you, yeah, I'm looking to see, well, okay, what are you? And then I had an identity theft that just happened to me, and it's still going on. So I'm kind of leery with people.
So. Well, even if I know people or not, if a friend request and they am like, oh my God, I ain't seen you in a long time, I'm still on your page. Because I might friend you and then unfollow you. But at that point, if I feel like I have to unfollow you, I'm gonna just unfriend you. I'm looking at, again, the stuff that you post, who our friends, who our mutual friends are. If you with a whole bunch of people that I know that go to church and then smoke weed and cuss up a storm, I don't need you to talk to me.
Absolutely.
Yeah, I'm looking thoroughly. I'm looking at your pictures because you telling me you single, but your profile picture is with a female, make it make sense. If it's not your mama or, you know, something like that, like I'm looking and I'm paying attention. I'm thoroughly looking.
Well, that is very interesting. Well, what about you, D? We heard that from their perspective. What about you? What are you doing?
If it's somebody of interest, yes, I'm gonna go on her page, check her out, see if there's a consistency, and if not, you know, it's gonna be an issue, a problem for me. So I think that's one of the beautiful things about social media. It gives you a chance. It doesn't give you a whole outlook of them, but it gives you an opportunity to kind of see what's going on, you know, and you can kind of build your info sheet from there. So yeah, I think that's the thing right now, just kind of going through somebody's page, checking out the history, checking out their consistency, what they're about. Because a lot of people, especially, I don't mean no harm women, but especially women tend to express themselves via social media. So yeah, I'm looking, definitely looking.
Yeah, that's true. We do.
Is that stalking though? Is that considered stalking?
Is that lurking?
No.
Lurking.
No. You have to
lurking is when we on your page just to see what you're talking about, because maybe you're not responding to us, or you want to see who that person talking to, or whatever. I think that's lurking. But if we're looking just to get an idea of who you are, I don't think that's lurking.
Yeah. Oh wow, you done went deep on that. Huh? Lurking.
I mean, because lurking is something else. I had somebody lurking on my page, and they would mistakenly like stuff, like a comment that's another male made on my stuff, and all that other type of stuff. I have to block them. That's a little bit too much. I don't have no rings on my finger. Can't nobody. Mm-mm.
Anyway, I'm going to leave everything unto you. Those were just some things we'll just start off with. Isaiah will be coming in very shortly. I just got off the phone with him. And y'all will enjoy this. Tia, enjoy this. D, give it to him. Give it to him, D. Okay? You the one. You the one. Okay? I'm praying for you. You the one.
Please do.
All right.
Please. I'm out here.
All right. To everyone, y'all enjoy this great single tradition faith conversation, single save and sex. I'm going to be enjoying from the comment section because I see that's where the entertainment is at. So that's where I'm about to be petty. I'm going to be that guy that's going to be petty, and I'm going to call JoJo out and everybody. I'm putting everybody name. I ain't going to be afraid to tag nobody. I'm going to tag them. I ain't going to put no subliminal message. I'm tagging them. Put the screenshot up. Anyway,
Hey,
put them up. All right. But anyway, I hope that y'all have fun tonight and continue to put on the great conversation on tonight. All right.
Bless you, Elder Honey.
See ya.
See y'all.
All right. As always, we do give honor to the visionary, my wonderful brother, Elder C.T. Honey Jr. or Carlton Tyrone Honey Jr.
Ooh, you shouldn't have told me that. Thank you.
Thanks to him and his vision, wanting to lead and
reminding
us that we are servants first. That is basically the vision of the Congress of Servants. Absolutely. Everybody wants a title, but no one wants to serve.
Right.
So big ups to you, Carlton. We love you. So today we are talking about being single, saved, and sex. I'm ready. I told them earlier I'm a student today because I got questions that I need answered, and I want the preachers to answer.
Wow.
I plead the fifth.
One of the questions Elder Honey wanted me to ask, one of the first ones was, how do you deal with temptation?
As Paul would say, I daily crucify my flesh. It's a daily process.
Yeah.
Some days are stronger than others. Other days are weaker because we're in our flesh. We have desires. We were made to feel that way. We were made to desire certain things, cuddling and the love making, the kissing. I mean, all of the above. And whatever God made it, he made it as to be good, and it's good. And especially when you, like me, I was married. I've been in relationships. So to try to be single and abstain from, those desires is hard, especially if you're not ugly. And I used to hear people say, oh, it's not hard. It's not hard. And I'm looking like, okay, well, maybe it's not hard for you because, when you have people coming after you, let's just be real. Temptation is hard. Mm-hmm. It's hard to go home and you're looking at your pillows and you have that urge and it's like, should I pick up the phone? Let me call one of my girls and that's hard.
Yeah.
It's hard. And it's a process. It's not an overnight thing that you could just get rid of. And so, and if somebody is just it's not an overnight process. Everybody is made up different. Because I was that one used to say, well, it's easy to do this or it's easy to do that until you walk in that shoe or walk in that place. I taught myself that to never say never, because you don't know what'll happen to make you fall or what situation that you be presented to make you feel that way or to make you go that way. So with me, it's daily. It's a daily process to crucify my flesh.
Absolutely. Elder Bryant.
100% in agreement with JoJo. I concur. First and foremost, a lot of us have this misconception of what temptation is all about. I know when I was younger and my extreme struggle with sex, extreme, all caps. My prayer was for God to take this desire away from me, that I wanted God to miraculously take whatever this is I'm feeling away, so I wouldn't be tempted to do the things that I was doing. But it was later I found out that God is not going to take this temptation away. You know, it's just not that. He just hasn't designed us that way. And a lot of people have had it misconstrued in their mind that temptation is something that you turn off and turn on. You're always going to be tempted. You're always going to be in the place of temptation. Temptation is when the thing you are attracted to activates something within you. Yeah. When you can stand in front of whatever that may be, a man for some, a woman for others, and then, you know, whatever your thing is. But whatever that temptation is, it somehow activates something within yourself. And you know it because your body's drawn to it, your mind's drawn to it, your thoughts, you respond to what it is that's in front of you. So God's not taking that away, but what he is doing is, the Bible says that he's given us a way of escape. That because of temptation, he's not going to put something on us greater than what we can maintain or handle. You know what I mean? So temptation is going to be there. Temptation is you coming face to face with something that you're attracted to. That's going to always be there. That could be your favorite restaurant. If you're trying to lose weight, if you're trying to cut away fat, if you know you love Haagen-Dazs ice cream, and it's just putting pounds on you every time you put it in your mouth. But because of the taste and because of your desire for it, you keep eating it, knowing the repercussions of you eating that food, which means you're going to continually gain weight. So in between what tempts you and your temptation is, you have to be able to make those necessary decisions not to act on temptation. So I think a lot of people that struggle with that, one, they really don't have a clue of what temptation is. Two, they don't understand that you're going to have to create some type of strategy or some type of formula to help you rid yourself of those temptations. If you know you can't be around certain things, or you like certain things, then why go? Why you at the strip bar? You know you like looking at naked women. You know, well, why you at your boy house and all of them smoke weed, and you know you're trying to stop smoking weed. So it's just you trying to figure out a way to put distance between you and what the thing that you're tempted with.
I agree with you guys too. But one other thing that I do, because even in our flesh, I think that's when we're the weakest. So even if we say, yeah, we got to crucify our flesh daily and stuff like that, I tend not to put myself in those positions. I know me, and one of the ways I know, like if I ever got to the point where I love somebody, or if I'm in a relationship with somebody or whatever, one of the ways I like to, the ultimate way for me to show you how I feel or that I love you, is to give my body to you. That's something that nobody has had other, you know what I'm saying? I don't give myself so freely. I never have. However, I try not to put myself in those situations. I'll meet you versus us riding together. Not be in a spot where, or come to your house and be there late, or, you know what I'm saying? Nothing like that will put me in that position if that's something that I'm feeling anyways. Because you know, when you, for lack of better words, to be upfront, you know when you want something, when you don't. So why would you put yourself in a position and say, oh, I'm gonna fight this temptation, and you have these feelings? So I kind of just shy away from all of that stuff. And that actually brings me to the next question is, with us being married before, me and Jackie, and then Elder Bryant, with you being sexually active, how did you stop? I'll go first. That was probably one of the biggest hurdles I had to overcome. And I'm actually quite proud of myself. I think it'll be 7 years this year. Is it 7 years, Jackie? 7 years this year I've been single. Jesus Christ, time flies. but knowing that that wasn't one of the things that was the issue, so being able to get it all the time and then not at all, it was tough. Straight cold turkey, Brandy, for sure. But it took maybe, I think it was 3.5 years after my divorce before I had sex for the first time after my divorce. And that was just because somebody caught me in a moment of weakness. Just being honest. It was extremely hard. Super, super hard. I stayed at church. Every time Bishop said the door was open, I was at Word Restoration Ministries. I was at my mama's house. I would spend the night at my mama's house. I would go to my brother's house. I made sure at no point I was alone to get me to get up out of my bed and go do something I have any business doing.
Wow.
Yeah.
Good
It's tough.
Yeah.
Tough.
And see, with me, when I was married, my ex-husband, I was actually the first guy I ever been with.
Okay.
So mine was a little bit difficult because he was the only man I knew. And after the divorce, I went down a spiral of being promiscuous because it was like, let me prove to him, because he had made a comment. He was like, you will never want another man because I'm the only man you know. So me and my young mind, because I was still in my 20s when I got a divorce, I'm like, let me show him, I don't need him, or I don't. And so my next relationship, I was just whatever. We was just sexing. And basically that's what it was built up on, sex. Because I was trying to sex my way out of this emotion from being married, now divorced, dealing with all these emotions, trying to show him I'm over you. But now here it is. I didn't allow myself to just be single. I literally jumped into a 5-year relationship right after my divorce. People were telling me, no, you shouldn't do this. But in my head, I was so accustomed to being with this
somebody.
man. I've been with this man since I was 18. I'm 25 going through a divorce. This is my son's father. This is all I knew. So me I'm just like you. I'm touchy, emotional. I like affection. So it was hard for me not to be able to touch something, or, you know what I'm saying? So it was like, okay, this is how I show this person that I'm with, is by giving myself to them. And then at a young age, young mind frame, it's like, well, if I don't give it to him,
somebody else will.
Somebody else will. So that when you in that type of mind frame and sex is on the table and it's good, and you trying,
right,
let's just be real, and this man taking care of you, hey, here, I'm giving myself to this man because I'm in an immature, vulnerable state. I just lost a husband, got a divorce, my son. So I'm like, I'm really being in a sexual relationship that I thought at the time was love, because he's sexing me, taking care of me, taking care of my son, but it was all a setup. And so how to overcome that, it was like, my relationships, I literally gave myself to them because that's how I thought in my mind to keep that person. Again, because if I don't give myself to this man, somebody else is going to come in. And then you find out later, they still gonna cheat.
Absolutely.
you know what I'm saying, doing that. So now that, again, I'm in my 40s, totally different. Now it's like, you want to what? No, don't touch me. I'm good. You know how you can look back on stuff now because you're in a different mind frame, you're in a different headspace, you're mature, and you look back on your 20s and 30s, and it's like, wow, I could tell the difference of being able to crucify that flesh now. Now I know I like a man in a suit that smell good, and this, that, and that. So I don't put myself in that position anymore to where I know, oh my God, because if you play with fire, eventually you're going to be burned.
Absolutely.
So I know my
So
limits.
true. I think for me, it was complete just cutting it off. I probably want to say 2012, maybe 2011. I just made a decision. I just didn't want to keep putting myself in connections with women that, one, I wasn't going to marry, or two, I didn't see a future with. I saw a moment with, but I didn't see a future with them. And a lot of my relationships were built off of moments. You know, my struggle with sex, my struggle with wanting affection or wanting attention. You know, just that, because whether men want to admit it or not, some of the same things that women desire, men desire as well. You know, beyond just the intercourse piece of it. So for me, that was my struggle. My struggle was just trying to satisfy meaty moments. I really could care less about building anything. So I got engulfed with ministry. I got back on track with ministry, and I put 180% into what I was doing. So by the time I looked up, it was either ministry or work or ministry or work, or spending time with my child. I was too busy to carry out whatever my thoughts and temptations were going on in my head. A lot of us like to think when we talk about deliverance is that we look at deliverance from a standpoint of somebody at the altar laying hands on you, you spitting up, they casting out a devil, and you free from from whatever it is that you did battle with. But deliverance can also be a decision, that it could be you making the necessary decisions to stop you from getting engulfed into sin, or stop you from getting engulfed into whatever you may be doing wrong. So for me, once I made that decision not to go there for a season, and we've all failed, we've all been there. But once I made that decision and really put a target on ministry, it was I was batting home runs after that. It was sweet for me. I was in a sweet spot. And yeah, but that's how I did it. I just made that decision not to, like what Jackie was saying. Well, I put myself in a situation like, you know, if you're gonna send me pictures, and you know, it got to a point to where I was cutting off the women, wasn't talking to them on the phone, wasn't communicating with them, but then they would send me pictures. If I could just be transparent, they would send me pictures to my phone, and you know, it sparked, or it, you know what I'm saying, it activated something. So I had to delete the pictures and block them off my phone, because I knew that if I saw the pictures, I would want to open the pictures up. Once I opened the pictures up, now my mind about to go in 1,000 different directions. So like what Jackie was saying, just finding a way to cut that off, just getting you a pair of spiritual scissors and just go to cutting stuff off the best way that you know can, especially when you're in a vulnerable place. Because cutting stuff off doesn't mean that you're strong. Cutting stuff off means that you're using wisdom while you're weak.
Absolutely.
You know what I mean? So,
and you know what?
Yeah, go ahead, Jackie.
Oh, I'm sorry. No, I was gonna say there's a scripture in the Bible, 1 Corinthians 10:13, and it says, no temptation has overtaken you except what is common to mankind. Then it says, and God is faithful, he will not let you be tempted beyond what you can bear. But when you are tempted, he will also provide a way out so that you can endure. That scripture helped me in my singleness right now, because I asked the Lord, I said, listen, I don't want to be preaching. I don't want to be laying on hands and I'm dirty. I don't want to be touching, because spirits transfer. So if I'm out here fornicating and I'm doing all kind of stuff or whatever, and I go and I'm laying hands on people, that stuff can transfer off to other people. And I told the Lord, I literally cried out like, I don't want to be that one that's still, you know, giving myself. And then I want to keep my body intact for my husband. You understand what I'm saying? And so the Lord, and I'm a living witness that the Lord will give you the desires of your heart. It ain't just money. It ain't just prosperity. It ain't just things. It's wisdom. Like you said, Older, if you ask the Lord for those certain things, he will grant it to you. And that's one thing I asked the Lord, to allow myself to walk in holiness. I want to know what that feels like. And so that's why I can say in this season of my life, I am at the most peaceful stage of my life because I don't have all these soul ties that's connected. Because there was a time where that, and I'm being careful when I say this, a gentleman where, I mean, it was a soul tie. It was like a phone ring. I don't care how many months we've been apart, we back right at it. But I had to take the initiative to say, I love you, but we can't do this no more.
Mm-hmm.
You're my friend. Let's be cool. But the bus stopped here because now I'm in a beautiful place in my mind emotionally. For women, sex is emotions.
Yeah.
Mm-hmm.
It's more of emotions than it is just a feeling of, you know, doing, you know, get that feeling. It's more so of emotion. I'm giving you my heart. My heart is connected to my body. And so I promise my mind, my body, and my soul this time, you can't do that. Can't do that. So now I'm at the point now, it's like clink, clink, locked down, and I'm actually at peace. I'm actually good. I can actually have a conversation with a dude, and it's like, I may like you, be attracted to you. I'm strong enough now to be like, nope, because where I'm at spiritually, that spiritual part where I met with the Lord in my life is amazing. So I don't want it tainted by me opening my legs up. You know what I'm saying? I've been there where you do that and you struggle with hearing from God. You struggle with trying to minister. It's like a struggle. Now I'm like free. I can hear the Lord now. My anointing is stronger. My mind is stronger. My heart is clear. So even with going into a new relationship, I can see clearly now without being clouded with the sin of fornication and sex. Because sex will make you think you're in love with somebody, and you just really in love with the feeling.
Absolutely.
Because once you take the sex out of it, you really start looking at that person like, I don't really like you. It was just the sex was good. So let's stop that. Your personality really stinks. Like, don't touch me. So it actually clears up a whole lot. You know what I'm saying?
True.
For
That's
me,
true.
I only can talk to me. Maybe I can help somebody that is on that level with me, but everybody is different. This is just my journey. And where I'm at again spiritually, I'm like, I've never been here. And this is the greatest feeling in the world. And I won't taint it for nothing. Nobody in my past. I love you. But here, it stops. And I'm glad I'm here. Took a long time. It took me a long time to get where I'm at. And I'm not turning this away for nobody.
Yeah. On the flip side of that, like for those of us who because I got a lot of comments and I've been having a lot of conversations with people lately about us making things too spiritual. Not us as in the group, but just, you know, the church making everything so spiritual and da. But just on the flip side of that, even for me, my mindset is I don't want to be spread thin anyways. The world is so small. First of all, I love me enough to not allow just everybody that I, you know, to, you know what I'm saying, to do all of that. And then on top of that, the world is so small. I don't want to finally be blessed with my husband and then he walk into a room and I done slept with half of the room. Like, I don't understand, you know what I'm saying? I don't want that feeling. And I don't want to have the conversation of, yeah, so they looking like this because of, you know what I'm saying, because of this. I didn't know you knew this person. Oh, y'all are friends. I just for me, I love me too much to give myself or give pieces of myself to any and everybody because I may or may not like them in the moment. Spiritual stuff aside. So that was some really good stuff, JoJo. They're saying, you know, talk about the process, Joe. Preach. You got some hearts when you were talking. Staying clean has great spiritual benefits, which it does.
Yeah. I like to be an open book. You know, people gonna talk anyway. So, you know, I tell on myself, but it helps somebody.
Absolutely.
You know, I was that chick where, hey, look, if I was with you and we were in a relationship, I gave myself to that person.
Yeah.
Period. But we live and we learn.
Absolutely.
We live and we learn. So
Wow. I think the next question is, why is the church so hush hush about sex? Why are we so quiet about it? Why we don't like to talk about it? Everything that we see here, come encounter with, is based on sex. You can't even turn on the TV anymore, and it's not some type of sex scene, G-rated show. Why is the church so hush hush about that?
The church is so hush hush about it because they have not laid out a plan for intervention. That we preach from a place of prevention, but we don't preach from a place of intervention.
That's
When
good.
80% of your congregation at some point in time struggled in that area, when 70 to 80% women under 30 who have had sexual encounters or had a child that was deemed to be Christian. So it's apparent that this is an issue that's going on in the body of Christ.
Absolutely.
But the preached word is prevention, and I believe the word comes across prevention is because we really have not laid out a plan and an understanding on how to tackle intervention. It's so easy to tell somebody not to do it, but how do you talk to the person that's continually to do it? It's one thing for me to tell somebody don't smoke crack, but they've spent the last 5 years smoking crack. So now you're not talking to somebody who don't understand the taste of crack, who don't understand the feeling of what crack does to them, who don't understand the glitch or the support that they depended on this drug now. So you're telling me to just stop doing something I've been doing for a period of time based off what you say. So I think if the church can tackle this from the standpoint of intervention, and intervention means that you're going to have to sit down and allow your members to discuss and talk about where they are, and you be okay with that. Intervention means that you're going to have to sit down and allow that honest conversation. Intervention means that once that honest conversation has been put out there, now what are you putting in place to help circumvent some of the issues and the problems that's going on? Because you got to have a plan. You know, we could talk about the problem, but what is the solution now? And yes, I love prayer. I'm an advocate for prayer. I grew up on prayer. Prayer is all I know. But even when I'm being prayed for, it does not take away the battle and the fight of temptation. Absolutely. That even when I'm being prayed for, when I come down out of the pulpit, when I get done serving, when I get done being a father, when I get done working at my job, it doesn't take away what goes on in my body, because these are desires that I was born with. Absolutely. I was born with these desires. Now it's up to me to control and to monitor these desires, but I'm born with these desires. And what greater battle than to be single and trying to manage your madness? Y'all, I'm trying to find the right words to say, because I don't know if young people on this line or not, but when you're single, you're trying to manage all of this madness that's going on. So I think if the church would get to a place where intervention becomes the power of their preach message, and along with prevention, let's preach prevention and intervention. Let's preach. Don't lay down. Don't be a hoe. You don't fornicate. Let's preach that. I'll continue with that message, but then right behind that, let's figure out a way to love on the people that are still struggling in that area. And then another thing that I've discovered is that a lot of people that struggle with sex, I'm gonna raise my hand, is not understanding what's really going on and what's happening. A lot of us like to define sex based on age and gender, when in actuality, sex has never been, when we have not defined sex based on spirit. We base sex on age and gender, like, okay, well, woman and man, heterosexual, two men, homosexual, two women. We've defined sex based on the gender, pedophile, because you're sleeping with young people underage. So we define sex based on age and gender, but we fail to define sex based on spirit. And the root of the problem is not sex. Watch this, is lust. That's the spirit that we're operating in. And what a lot of people don't understand is that lust don't have a place. Lust don't have a choice. Lust don't roll with just heterosexuals. Lust just don't roll with homosexuals. Lust is a spirit, and that spirit is willing to activate or to push or to drive somebody into an area of promiscuous sex, being promiscuous sexually. That's what lust is. Lust, in Webster's dictionary, says lust to have an intense desire or need. That's Webster's dictionary. To have an intense desire or need, which means that the man that molested that little boy, and then that little boy grows up becoming a homosexual, that little boy grows up having sexual issues, it happened up under the wrong pretenses, but now something has been activated in him, which is the spirit of lust.
Yeah.
And so if we can get beyond just trying to define sex based on age and gender, but really move into the root of what's going on, and that is a spirit. We are operating up under a satanic spirit, and the enemy uses lust to drive all of us in the wrong direction sexually.
Yep. That's good. That's good, Elder. Because the root cause of it all is lust.
It's lust. If you go back to it, it's not, because we're so busy trying to compartmentalizing everybody sexually that you like men, so we're gonna make you a heterosexual. Okay, you're a woman and you like women. I'm not saying that you like women to you. I'm pointing at you, but but you like women. We're gonna call you a lesbian and compartmentalize you sexually. And we're going to get away from calling this thing what it really is. And it's lust that's killing the church. It's lust that's taking our young people out of here. It's lust that put me in a place of fathering children outside of marriage. It's lust that allowed me to walk away from a lot of failed relationships. It was lust. It had nothing else defined what I had with that person. Yes, I had great times with them. We we ha, joked and laughed. But when it's all said and done, I walked away from another failed relationship only to discover that relationship was based off of lust. So really, I had a relationship with a spirit and not a person.
I had a relationship with a spirit.
I had a relationship with a spirit and not a person.
My God.
And so now when I walk away from them, I'm no longer with them, but I'm still with them.
Because it's a spirit.
Because there's a spirit that's going on. And so now
I'm on the other side. Let's bless this
I'm on the other side of my struggle. Because now I watch this. I went from struggling with my sin to now I'm in warfare with my sin. Because what I don't know is that because I'm engulfed and in bondage with my spirit, that the next woman I come into contact with and I activate the same spirit I just left from, I'm now in the same, I'm in this roller coaster. And once again, it's not her, it's the spirit.
It's the spirit.
I'm just using her body to activate what's already in me.
Come on.
Are you getting what I'm saying to you?
Different
it is a bona fide spirit. So yes, church, we have to make this spiritual. To whoever put that comment out, we got to make it. It is, because it is spiritual.
It's the spirit, yeah.
Because if we stay on surface, we'll be talking about sex for the next 20 years. Well, I'm struggling in sex. No, you're struggling with lust.
Yeah.
Period. Yeah.
You struggling with lust. Lust or walk in a room with a father and his underage daughter, and lust will speak to that father and say, you need to have sex with your daughter. Lust will walk into a room with two young girls whose body is on fire. They're trying to figure out what's going on. Everything's sensitive. They throbbing down. It's just all kind of stuff going on with their body. And the spirit of lust will speak to both of them and say, both of y'all need to have sex. Lust does not care who you are. Lust is not segregated. Lust ain't, got a certain crowd. Lust don't care who it is. Whoever walks into that room, lust now wants to become acquainted to whoever's in that room.
Yes. Yes. Yes.
So it's lust and sex. Lust uses sex to activate itself. That's what that is. That's a spirit.
Yes.
It's a spirit. It's way beyond just you having an act. Sex is the act, but lust is the spirit.
Yeah.
Wow.
So if I can get free from the spirit, then I know how to operate when it comes to the act. Because as far as God is concerned, he's okay with you having sex. He just wants you to have it in the right confines.
Come on.
That part.
Have all the sex you want. So it's not that God is against you having sex. He just wants you to have it up under the right pretense.
That's right.
Which is marriage.
That's right.
I'm done.
Wow.
We can
And
end it
his
right
cash app is no, I'm just playing. Send your offer. Wow.
there. Yes,
So-
that was so good.
I had a preacher tell me, because we're talking about
He lied
spirits and
to you.
lust. Most preachers do, but that's another story for another day.
Lord have mercy.
Right.
Yeah.
So I had a preacher
Come
tell
back,
me.
Darrell.
Right. I done had that fornication, going back to its original meaning before it being translated to English, and in our definition, that fornication was having sex without responsibility. Is that true or false? Or what are your thoughts on that? Because if we say that fornication is having sex without responsibility, then that means if a man comes to have sex with me and he's taking care of me and we're together, but we're not married on paper.
Let's go back to what I just said.
Right.
That's a surface answer. Basically, what you saying is, as long as I have sex, as long as I'm responsible and committed to that person, then sex is okay.
Right.
My question to you or to him now: what's your spiritual responsibility? Because you violated your spiritual responsibility. I don't care what you do for her, pay her bills, take care of her, whatever you do. It still does not give you a pass to have sex outside of God's confines, outside of his principles.
Yeah.
It still doesn't take away the fact that, sir, ma'am, you are operating in the spirit of lust. There's no if and you notice what you said, it stays on the surface.
Mm-hmm.
What lust just killed all that. Okay, you're accountable to her sexually. But my question to you now is, are you accountable to her spiritually?
Spiritually. Yeah. Because that's a responsibility right there.
Even though you softened up the natural side, but you have not defined what you're doing with her spiritually.
Yeah.
You're operating in lust, sir. There's a need that needs to be met. And so you're willing to pay her bills to release. You're willing to pay. You willing to pay her bill. You willing to to make a deposit so that you can make a withdrawal.
It's prostitution.
I'm gonna let y'all roll with that.
It's another form of it.
That's about the nicest way I can say that, and don't nobody call my bishop and tell on me. So I'm at the church, so I'm trying to say it the nicest way that I possibly can. So you willing to make a deposit, or in some cases an investment, and hopefully get a return so that you can withdraw for that.
Bryant.
So
okay,
let's call it what it really is. In other words, you're willing to pay the price to meet your needs. That with you, sir, what you're saying, that satisfaction comes with a price tag. And what I'm saying to you, sir, is if we really gonna call this thing for what it is, if we really gonna walk in pureness, if we really gonna walk in oneness, if we really gonna walk in the way God called us to walk, if we really gonna uphold godly principles, then it's important for you to deal with your sin and go beyond just the flesh. And now you need to deal with the spirit. And the spirit is lust.
Yeah.
You're struggling with lust. That's what it is. It's lust. I tell anybody, it's lust.
It's lust.
If you I'm about to say it. If you masturbating and you watching pornography, lust has overtaken you. Lust has overtaken your eye gate, causing your mind to reinvent what you're seeing on the screen. And so now what you're seeing on the screen is not happening in reality. It's somebody else's reality. Watch this. That you're satisfying yourself off of somebody else's reality. And so now you're engulfed spiritually. Did I do my hand like that? No, I'm sorry. You're engulfed spiritually in reality. I hope y'all still with me.
No,
you engulf
with you.
yourself spiritually in reality, because now you're imagining whatever they're doing that you're doing, but in reality you ain't even doing it. So you get satisfied off somebody else's
off of just watching it.
Reality, yes. That's lust, sir. That's the spirit. That's what the spirit of lust does. That's what it does. You're overtaken by lust. So the answer to that question is no. No, because that's not true responsibility. So you just doing some things. That's nothing. And I got two beautiful women on this live. Y'all can attest that if you want to get your bill paid, you can get your bill paid without opening your legs.
Period.
And that's the truth.
And all it is, honestly, is perversion.
This goes way beyond just laying down and sexing with somebody. I'm so beyond that now. It's not even fun. I don't even want. Listen, I don't want to waste my time with a woman. I don't care how fine she is, how nice her body look.
Yep.
How good that glistening cream she put on her lips, because I like glistening cream.
He say glistening cream on your lips.
She put some glistening cream on, get herself all dustied up. You know what I mean? And walk outside. She walk past me. When she walk past, she's still with me because her scent's still there. You know, I love all that. But at the end of the day, my question now is, what kind of accountability are we going to have with each other spiritually? What kind of match do we have spiritually? Because my purpose is so beyond being promiscuous.
Yeah. Now that's a turn on to me.
It's so beyond that now my thought process is, if I connect myself with this woman, will she maximize my purpose, or will she minimize my purpose?
That part. That's all the women who want to be with a preacher.
The Bible says, watch this, and I'm done with y'all because y'all done got me hyped. Proverbs 31, go there. Proverbs 31:3 says, do not give your strength to a woman.
Ooh, Shabbat.
Nor your ways to that which destroys kings. One translation said, don't give her sex. So it's my job. It's my job. This is what Solomon is saying. And we all know how Solomon got down.
Yeah. Okay.
Solomon has said, listen, it's not worth it because what you're committing with her has the potential of destroying you. Yeah. Woo, God. Might I suggest it to one of y'all, because only one of y'all might agree with me on this, that the thing I desire has the potential of destroying me. The thing that I desire ultimately would turn around and destroy me. If you ask any drug addict, they started off party drug. You know, they go to the party, take a little drugs, just to stay hyped and enjoy the party.
Uh-huh.
But then as time went on, it went from celebrating to now they need it for a little stress reliever. Then they move on, and now I needed to get over my wife or to get over this. And so now they become dependent on something they had a desire for. So the thing that they desired, they got addicted to, and what they desired now is ultimately destroying them. Their teeth done rotted. They done lost all kind of weight. Now they selling their body. So the thing you desired now is destroying you.
Wow.
And this is what's happened with us sexually. That all these different women that I've slept with and been with, I've been with quite a few, that all of these different women that I've slept with ultimately has taken a piece of me away. And every time I do that, I put myself in that type of situation. So at the end of the day, when it's all said and done, if we can tackle this thing called lust, if we can put decisions in between our desires, if we can allow our decisions to meet our desires, we'll go a whole lot further. Making good, solid decisions. Yeah. And the only way we can make those decisions is if we come into the knowledge of the thing that we're struggling with. So to the person that said that about fornication, tell them God bless them.
My God.
Wow.
That was good, Elder. That was Darrell Bryant, Elder Darrell Bryant. You can find him at Gospel Tabernacle Church on Greenfield in Detroit, Michigan. That's my brother.
All right. So after we've dealt with lust and we're with someone who can maximize us and all of that. And then when it comes to dating, we want to be intimate. And I ain't even talking about sex no more because we've overcome we know lust and all of that. But the holding of the hands, the kissing, do we do any of that while we're dating because we're saved? What do we do when we want to be cuddled up and stuff like that? Do you not do it until y'all decide y'all gonna be married, or do you go ahead and do those things and know you and don't go past what you feel like you can handle?
Say that one more time, because that was a lot.
So I mean, when dating, we're past lust. We're
Okay.
all at a point where we know we're not having
Affection,
sex. You know
yeah.
what I'm saying? That type of stuff. But like the
Physical.
affectionate stuff that comes with dating. I mean, do you not do it until y'all decide y'all gonna be married? Do you still do that stuff, or what do you do? How do we date being saved?
You put triggers in place.
Yeah, that's what I was about to say. You do whatever that will not allow your triggers to happen. And you only know what triggers you. With me, again, I'm an affectionate woman. I love to kiss. I love to hug. I love to cuddle. So if I do those things, it's going to lead to what you do to real. Turn him off right now.
Right, turn your camera off.
But if you do those things, it's with me, I know if I do those things on a continuous basis, it's gonna lead to something else. So like I say, if you touch the fire and you keep touching it, you're gonna get burned. So why put yourself
Huh? Said give him some water.
Right. He needs some right now.
Who said give me some water?
Elder Honey.
I got my water right here.
Well, drink it. You can allow it. But yeah,
you know
so
what, sis? I think I'm the opposite, because like I said, I can, to a certain degree, I can do some of those things, and it did not lead to sex for me. My problem is finding the individual who's the same way.
Yeah, that's the problem.
I'm super affectionate. Like I might seem like hardcore on the outside, but I'm super affectionate. So that's something that I actually like need. Like that physical touch is if we're in a relationship. So like I can go on a weekend trip and we can be together by ourselves and nothing happens. I'm good. But finding someone who can do that, that's almost not ever. So I stay at home where I go by myself. You know,
I can't do that.
But I can, because I'm so past that now. Like I know, okay, well, we're not having sex, we're not together. Right. You know what I'm saying? I can do that. Now, I'm not gonna say that we can sleep in the same bed or nothing like that, because that's foolish, especially if I have feelings for you, like for real. But I know I can go on a weekend trip with you and nothing happens. But I want to kiss you, I want to hug you, but it's kind of also on that, don't let your good be evil spoken of.
Exactly.
So I need to know what to do, because I want to kiss you, I want to hug you, I want you to touch me. Don't not touch me.
Right.
If we're gonna be real.
I think in a Christian context, you know, that's the only thing I can kind of identify with. In a Christian context, the goal is to maintain a healthy relationship until you get to a place of fulfillment, which is marriage. So your relationship should be growing from old school called it courting, but you know, young school now they call it dating. I say dating with purpose. This be some kind of, you move from possibly hanging out with this person to now you've communicated that, listen, we want to make this more exclusive. I think that the line of communication, that should be a part of it. Like triggers needs to be talked about if you're looking at this situation moving forward. Like this somebody you just went out on a date with, I don't think it really matter. You know what I mean? But somebody that you, like you said, you got an attraction for, you can see yourself being with, you enjoy him. Oh, he come outside, he smell good. He got the right outfit on, whatever he do for you. I think your triggers need to be talked about. And usually in a situation, well, I ain't gonna say usually, sometimes in a situation, you have one that's stronger than the other.
Yeah.
And so the one that may have a little strength, JoJo may have, she got 40% strength and he got 0, But I think if he's willing to lean on your strengths and you guys come to some type of agreement
it can work.
as it relates to triggers, to help keep you guys on the right path as it relates to maintaining a healthy relationship. Communication is the key through everything that you
To
do.
everything.
Yes.
And I also think age has something to do with it as well.
Yeah.
I just know in my 40s, I have a different need. I have a different outlook. Nice looking women, that a slew of women don't do that for me. I'm not looking for. That's just not where I'm at. So I think for me and my age, just where I am, I've been through all that. So, and I get a lot of, I don't know if I should say this, but I get a lot of younger women, that I don't know if it's, I don't know what it is, but I get a lot of younger women. So I be looking like, I got goddaughters your age, there's nothing we can talk about. What we gonna, after I get done asking you how old you are, and I notice that your ID is vertical and not horizontal, it's pretty much a wrap. After
Your idea is
that went
vertical.
over their head. That went over their
But
head.
yeah, I'm glad it did. Tell them to hit me tomorrow. I explained it to them. But at the end of the day, putting boundaries in place for yourself and then communicating those boundaries to the person that you see a future with should be helpful, and then hopefully you guys are not wasting a lot of time. I don't think time should be wasted. You should be maximizing your time as well. So yeah, communication, understanding your triggers, communicating your triggers, and then putting something in place to help keep you guys on the right path. So you like holding hands, and he like, well, listen, if I touch you, I'm gonna blow up. That might not be the thing you can do. You know what I mean? So just telling each other triggers and go from there and build a plan around that.
Thank you, Tish. Yes, I am an affectionate thug. Thank you for recognizing the real. Another comment. I'm going through the comments while y'all talking. Great conversation. That was deep. Give him some water. Someone said, I need your strength, Tia, honey. Baby, I need my strength. It's definitely not easy at all. But once you know what you want and what you're looking for, I think that we make some stuff just way too deep. We make it more difficult than it needs to be.
What it is.
Yeah.
I agree.
Once you know that, once you know your self-worth, once you know the things that God has for you, stuff becomes easier because you begin to desire what his will is and not just your desire.
Yeah.
So that's a lot of where I am. That's how I can. That's why I can be in them positions. Let's see what else. Some of these comments I can't see for some reason. But while I'm looking at comments and questions that you guys might have for us, y'all can throw them in here. We got about 5 more minutes, I think.
What time is it? Yeah, it's 6:56.
And we got
7:56.
4 more minutes. We got about 4 more minutes if you guys have any questions for us. The next singles edition will be March 23rd, 6:30. I'm not sure if we're going to have the same panel, if we're going to have a different panel. But the next one will be March 23rd. I am so thankful for you guys for tuning in with us and your hearts and your laughs and your jokes. We appreciate it. We are here, honestly, to be transparent and to talk about some things that most people don't get a chance to discuss. To talk about things that you might not be ready to discuss. I found that a lot of people have a lot of questions, and because no one wants to step up and ask the question for them because they're afraid. We kind of do some of those things. So Carlton, thanks again for the vision.
Yes.
Because this is really good dialogue and people need it. They need it. This was a great conversation, an eye opener for me on some topics. Good job, Brandy. I'm glad you were blessed.
Yeah.
That's what's up. How much time do we have? Anybody have any other questions before we sign off? Y'all got about 3 good minutes. Mm-hmm. We on time around here. When we say we close and we close.
Right. I said it's Taco Tuesday. I have to fix my
that's
tacos.
What you having for dinner, some tacos?
Yes,
I had Coney Island. I had a craving for some chicken strips.
Me and my young lads.
Young lad, you got a whole man in the house. Talking about a young lad.
Listen, he's still my baby. He's the only one. So
we know, Joe.
40 and he gonna still be my baby.
We know. He's still gonna be yours.
Child, I'm about to be 36 and my daddy still talk to me like I'm baby. Oh, daddy's baby, daddy's princess.
Brandy.
And I be eating it up.
Brandy.
She said, I gotta let this fiance go. I cannot.
Don't let him go.
No,
Just
honey,
get
you
him in
done said
order.
yes. You done said yes. Ain't no letting go now.
No.
She said,
No.
no, we don't want to let him.
Don't let him go now. Nah, listen. We've been waiting.
Like, we've been waiting on this.
Okay,
ma'am.
no, ain't no letting go. Just get it in order.
Yeah, don't let it go.
Right.
That
Don't
part.
let it go now.
That part. All right, guys. I don't think you guys have any other questions. Again, we thank y'all for tuning in.
Amen.
We love you guys. Thank you, Evangelist Jackson, Elder Bryant. I appreciate you guys coming on
Blessings.
today. Nope, I'm the problem. She says she's the problem. Well, at least you know. Go fix yourself, honey. On this
Get on that
consecration,
altar.
some things only come by fasting and praying, honey.
Okay, get on the altar.
Yes, ma'am. We will pray for you and
Yes.
y'all.
Shouts out to your lighting director.
Who?
Tia and JoJo. Y'all got the lighting thing going. That's what I'm talking about. I gotta work on my lighting, eh? It ain't quite beaming like
Jesus.
that.
It's always one. It's always one. Always one.
Carlton's spirit is still here on this live.
Listen.
See, you just got finished talking about how some spirits.
Exactly.
It stays.
I'm just saying that the way the light beaming down, it's like y'all, it's just so soft.
It's the glory of the Lord.
Okay.
Is that what it is?
Again,
no,
say it
Lord,
again, sis.
yes.
So I got the glory. I got to get some glory.
Halo.
Lord.
Sweet baby Jesus. All right, you guys, this is us signing off. Thank you guys so much for tuning in. We love y'all. See y'all March 23rd.
Yes.